Magklase ko? Okay, good afternoon, Miss The Chile, Miss Allen. Lato na tong uban before ta mag-start formally. Miss Magadan, Miss Susie, and Miss Sino. Good afternoon. Miss Kisagan, Miss Baldo. Good afternoon. So, latan sa natang uban before ta mag-start. Okay, there's only 7 pa kabuk naka-login. Latan sa natang uban. So, naka-login is Miss Kisagan, Alim, Susie, Magadan, Baldo, The Chile, and Sino. So, latan sa natang uban. By the way, maklaro ko tingog. Sa mga naka-login, klaro ba akong tingog? Okay, thank you, Miss Aling, for responding. Klaro akong tingog. Loud and clear. Susie. Yes, sir. Very good. Klaro atong tingog. Eight na mo kabuok. Okay, Miss Dada, good afternoon. Baldo, yes sir. Okay, klaro atong tingog. Okay, Miss Sino. Babia Felix, yes sir. Klaro kayo. Very good. Okay, so this is atong week 4 na online class. Let us start para dali ta makahuman. Okay? So atong topic karon is part 2. Itong week number 3 is part 1 man to sa introduction to good governance and social responsibility. So sa week 4, ang part 2 is topic na to, social responsibility, corporate social responsibility, and mga scientists and engineers. Okay? So let us start. I hope madunggan ko ninyo tanan. Okay, good afternoon, Miss Montoya. Thank you for logging in. Okay, let us start. Ang tama na lang ni. Di maklaro. Okay, so first topic, what is social responsibility? Okay, according sa research, social responsibility is an ethical framework and suggests that an individual has an obligation to work and cooperate with other individuals and organizations for the benefit of society at large. So para sa kadaghanan siya, dili lang kaysa pipila ka mga tao, society at large, sa kadaghanan. Social responsibility is a duty every individual has to perform so as to maintain a balance between the economy and the ecosystem. A trade-off may exist between economic development in the material sense and the welfare of the society and environment, though this has been challenged by many reports over the past decade. Social responsibility means sustaining the equilibrium or the balance between the two. Okay, unsa man tong two? Environment and society. It pertains not only to business organizations but also to everyone whose any actions impacts the environment. Okay? So kining tourism na to na maka-impact ni sa atong environment, so pwede ni siya sa ani nga discussion atong mga policy regarding sa waste disposal. Appeal po na siya, so pwede ang BPA ani. So let us continue. It is a concept that aims to ensure secure healthcare for the people living in rural areas and eliminate all barriers like distance, financial conditions, and etc. This responsibility can be passive. Again, this responsibility can be passive by avoiding engaging in socially harmful acts, or active by performing activities that directly advance social goals. So, responsibility can be passive or active. Okay, so social responsibility must be intergenerational since the actions of one generations have consequences on those following. So kung unsa daw atong binuhatan karon, makuan po ni sa future generations na yung mga consequence. So consequence is either good or bad consequence. So hoping nga sa atong generation karon, good consequence ang atong mahatag sa atong future nga generations. Okay? So let us continue. Businesses can use ethical decision making to secure their businesses by making decisions that allow for the government agencies to minimize their involvement with the corporation. For instance, if a company follows the United States Environmental Protection Agency or EPA guidelines for emissions on dangerous pollutants and even goes an extra step to get involved in the community and address those concerns that the public might have, they would be less likely to have the EPA investigate them for environmental concerns. So sa diri sa Pilipinas man katong mga factories na daghan kay aso ipanggawas. Sa ato po dire mga normal tao kini ato mga motor, mga sakyanan, di ba? Namantay emission test. So appeal na siya kung pwede po ba ni ipadagan atong mga sakyanan. Okay, for smoke, mga emission test sa atong sakyanan. So, a significant element of current thinking about privacy, however, stresses self-regulation rather than the market or government mechanisms for protecting personal information. According to some experts, most rules and regulations are formed due to public outcry, which threatens to profit maximization sa mga companies and therefore the well-being of the shareholders. Kung ma-threat ang profits sa usa ka company or corporations, magamay po ang ilang shares sa ilang mga shareholders. And that if there is not an outcry, there often will be limited regulations. So naay gihatag ang government regulations para sa mga dagko nga corporations or gagmay nga corporations. Okay? Naa siya'y limitations. Naa siya'y mga regulations. Okay? So may example sa mga regulations na inyong nahibawan, diri sa Pilipinas or particularly diri sa Camiguin, mga regulations imposed by government. Okay? Please comment your examples before ta mag-continue. Napata sa page 1 of page 6 sa atong discussion karon. Please comment mga regulations sa government na naay limitations gihatag. Okay, Miss Peñalusa, Miss Cases, Miss Ampalayo, Miss Kainglit, Miss Raganas, Miss Nerio, good afternoon. Thank you for logging in. We are here. Nadayag, King Larry, Nadayag, good afternoon. Okay, please comment your answers for your participations. An example of regulations from the government imposed sa mga corporations or guidelines nila. Anyone? Kinsa may maka-answer una? Sa mga wala pa naka-login pero na sa GC atong i-post ang question. Give an example of government regulations. Okay, we have answers from Miss Kisagan, Miss Allen. So let's read first kang Miss Kisagan about sa plastic free. Okay, plastic free sa Mambahaw na siya. And then we have Miss Alim, cigarette is prohibited. Sir, nalimot ko sa ordinance. Yes, na po na diri sa atong munisipyo. Taxes and financial, according ni Ampalayo. Okay, thank you for commenting. Ang uban, so may answer sa uban. Para sa inyong participation. Okay, Ms. Reganas, about sa mga stores, sir, dapat nila sundan ang price sa DTI. Okay, very good. Kabisado ni Ms. Reganas kay nagtrabaho ni sa una sa usa ka dako nga tindahan diri sa Mambahaw. Dili na nato nganulan kung unsang tindahan, di ba, Ms. Reganas? Food establishment, sir. Okay, very good. Particularly karon, di ba, na natin mga protocols kung musulod sa mga establishment. Okay, about proper wearing of helmet, dili kay ibutang lang sa siko or ibutang sa handlebar. Kung mag-drive ka na, imo na siya ibutang sa imong ulo. That is for your protection. Okay, very good for participating, Miss Nerio, and Ampalayo, Raganas, and Alim, and Miss Kisagan. So let us continue. Some critics argue that corporate social responsibility, or CSR, distracts from the fundamental economic role of businesses. Others argue that it is nothing more than superficial window dressing or greenwashing. Others argue that it is an attempt to preempt the role of governments as a watchdog over powerful corporations, though there is no systematic evidence to support these criticisms. A significant number of studies have shown no negative influence on shareholders' results from CSR, but rather a, slight, a slightly negative correlation with improved shareholders' return. Okay? So, sa may buhaton sa mga big companies, big corporations para sa society. Atong kuanan si Tulfo, di ba? Si Wawawin, na sila yung mga prices, na sila ihatag mga kuan, services outside sa ilang companies. Mga libre pa medical mission, na libre pakuan sa ngipon, palimpyo, paibot, katong ay para sa mga mata, check up, nga na ang mga services from big companies. Kung mga lawyers sila, naapot sila yung mga free legal advices kasagara uban nila ana na to sa bus magsulod nakabalita ko sa una ana na sila'y usa ka sakyanan dito rin sulod mga tao nga mangitag legal advices. Okay, libre na siya. Okay, we have here, yes, business registration, business permit, wearing of face mask and face shield. Very good. So, apil na siya karon. Workplace safety. Very good. So, let us continue. I'm here, nagklase. Nagklase ko. Nanglakaw na sila. Naguli na po. Wala, next na lang ko na to. Okay, let us continue. Corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility, or CSR, has been defined by Lord Home and Richard Watts in the World Business Council for Sustainable Development's publication, Making Good Businesses Sense as the continuing commitment by business to have ethically and contribute to economic development while improving the quality of life of the workforce and their families, as well as the local community and society at large. CSR is one of the newest management strategies where companies try to create a positive impact on society while doing business. Evidence suggests that CSR taken involuntarily by companies will be much more effective than CSR mandated by the governments. Again, I will repeat. CSR is one of the newest management strategies where companies try to create a positive impact on society while doing business. Evidence suggests that CSR, or corporate social responsibility taken on voluntarily by the companies will be much more effective than CSR mandated by the government or katong gimanduan sa gobyerno. Okay, there is no clear-cut definition of what CSR comprises. Every company has different CSR objectives, though the main motive is the same. All companies have a two-point agenda. First, to improve qualitatively the management of people and processes, and second, quantitatively the impact on society unsa kadaghanon. Okay? So unsa ang quality, unsa pud ang quantity. So muna siya ang two-point agenda na gi-mention ni Lord Home and Richard Watts. Okay? The second, katong quantitatively, is as important as the first, katong qualitatively, and stakeholders of every company are increasingly taking an interest in the outer circle or activities of the company and how these are impacting the environment and society. The other motive behind this is that the companies should not be focused only on maximization of profits or dili lang kay padaghanay sila og ilang profits. Okay? So while many corporations include social responsibility in their operations, it is still important for those procuring the goods and services to ensure the products are socially sustainable. Verification tools are available from a multitude of entities internationally, such as the Underwriters Laboratories, Environmental Standards or BIFMA, BIFMA, apil na siya, BioPreferred, and Green Seal. Developing a reputation aligned to social responsibility is linked to higher profits, particularly when firms voluntarily report the positive and negative impacts of their social responsibility endeavors. These resources help corporations and their consumers identify potential risks associated with a product's life cycle and enable end users to confirm the corporation's practices adhere to social responsibility ideals. A reputation for social responsibility leads to more positive responses towards a brand's product by inducing a reciprocal desire to help companies that have helped others, an effect that is more prominent among consumers who value helping others and is reduced if consumers doubt a firm's intentions. Okay, so muna siya. Na-discuss na nato ang social responsibility, na-discuss na po nato ang corporate social responsibility. Ang last na lang na topic nga akong i-lecture karon is katong mga scientists and engineers. Okay? So, nag-comment ani kaong sa basahon. JM Talara, proper waste disposal. Okay, very good. Magadan laws about anang mupalit sa liquor o cigarette sir na sila age limit na gina-require. Okay, dili pwede ang mga minors makapalit sa mga elimnon nga makahubog o kanang sigarilyo. Then we have Montoya law about sa marine reserve. Na sa atong marine biology na course. Okay, very good. So let us continue. Na nata sa topic number 3 sa week number 4, scientists and engineers. One common view is that scientists and engineers are morally responsible for the negative consequences which result from the various applications of their knowledge and inventions. After all, if scientists and engineers take personal pride in the many positive achievements of science and technology, why should they be allowed to escape responsibility for negative consequences related to the use or abuse of scientific knowledge and technological innovations? Okay, so for example, itong naka-imbento sa kutsilyo, di ba? For good use ang iyang intention para anang kutsilyo. Pero, magamit siya for bad purposes. Pwede nimo siya ipatay sa tao. So, munta siyang bad effect. So, dapat na po ko na responsibility ang mga scientists o mga inventors o mga engineer sa anak nga invention, which is kanang blade or kutsilyo. Diba? So every kuan diri kanang exist Pwede siya magamit sa maayo, depende sa tao. Pwede po siya magamit para sa dautan, depende po sa tao. Okay? So let us continue. Furthermore, scientists and engineers have a collective responsibility for the choice and conduct of their work. Committees of scientists and engineers are often involved in the planning of governmental and corporate research programs, including those devoted to the development of military technologies and weaponry. Many professional societies and national organizations, such as the National Academy of Science and the National Academy of Engineering in the United States, have ethical guidelines. So, dapat nagi ng guidelines sa ilang buhaton. Particularly, ethical guidelines. Kaya kung wala na siya, daot ang ilang mga inventions. Okay? Dili sila ma-responsible. Sa pa uban example na itong hatag na usa ka invention pwede magamit sa daotan or sa kaayuhan depende sa tao. Okay, for example, kining internet na to, di ba? Ang main intention gid sa nagbuhat ani is for communications. Pero gigamit gyapon sa daotan sa uban. Gamit nila as communication for terrorism. Yan na. So, depende sa tao ang paggamit sa technology. So let us continue. There is recognition that scientists and engineers, both individually and collectively, have a special and much greater responsibility than average citizens with respect to the generation and use of scientific knowledge. It has been pointed out that the situation is, unfortunately, not that simple. And scientists and engineers should not be blamed for all the evils created by new scientific knowledge and technological innovations. First, there is the common problem of fragmentation and diffusion of responsibility because of the intellectual and physical division of labor. The resulting fragmentation of knowledge, the high degree of specialization, and the complex and hierarchical decision-making process within corporations and government research laboratories. It is exceedingly difficult for individual scientists and engineers to control. Again, it is difficult for individual scientists and engineers to control the applications of their innovations or sa ilang inventions. So for example, katong kutsilyo nga akong gihatag ganina nga example. This fragmentation of both work and decision making results in fragmented moral accountability, often to the point where everybody involved was responsible, but none could be held responsible. Okay? So fragmentation. So para sa na magbuhat sa mga cars karon, dili man sa usa ra ka tawo gabuhat by kuan sila by section. Diri sa first section kato sa lang body sa sakyanan. Sa second section kato ng ligid. Sa third section mga wirings. Sa fourth section kato ng pag-assemble na din tanan. Sa last section or fifth section kato na din pag-paint sa sakyanan. So na siya'y one specialization, dili kay giusa ra sila tanan. Okay? So yan na, pwede po na siya sa fragmentation. Okay, another problem is ignorance. The scientists and engineers cannot predict how their newly generated knowledge and technological innovations may be abused or misused for destructive purposes in the near or distant future. While the excuse of ignorance is somewhat acceptable for those scientists involved in the very basic and fundamental research where potential applications cannot be envisioned, the excuse of ignorance is much weaker for scientists and engineers involved in applied scientific research and technological innovation since the work objectives are well known. For example, most corporations conduct research on specific products or services that promise to yield the greatest possible profit for shareholders. Similarly, most of the promise to yield the greatest possible profit for shareholders. Similarly, most of the research funded by government is mission oriented, such as protecting the environment, developing new drugs, or designing more lethal weapons. In all cases where the applications of scientific knowledge and technological innovation is well known a priori, it is impossible for a scientist or engineer to escape responsibility for research and technological innovation that is morally dubious. According to John Forge, in moral responsibility and the ignorant scientist, ignorance is not an excuse precisely because scientists can be blamed for being ignorant. Okay, pwede po na siya ma-apply sa katong term na to nga, ignorance of the law excuses no one. Okay, so na po kay responsibility. So, yung pagka-ignorante sa usa ka balaod, na siya, dili siya excuse sa atong law. It excuses no one. Okay? So, study hard sa atong mga laws para dili ta ma-ignorant. Okay, another point of view is that responsibility falls on those who provide the funding for the research and technological development, which in most cases are corporations and government agencies. Furthermore, because taxpayers provide indirectly the funds for government sponsored research, they and the politicians that represent them, the society at large, should be held accountable for the uses and abuses of science. Compared to earlier times, when scientists could often conduct their own research independently. Today's experimental research requires expensive laboratories and instrumentation, making scientists dependent on those who pay for their studies. Quasi-legal instruments or soft law principle has received some normative status in relation to private and public corporations. In the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, Universal Declaration on Bioethics and Human Rights developed by UNESCO, International Bioethics Committee, particularly in relation to child and maternal welfare. The International Organization for Standardization will encourage voluntary commitment to social responsibility and will lead to common guidance on concepts, definitions, and methods of evaluation. So katong gi-mention ganina, the International Organization for Standardization na diri sa atong eskwelahan, muna atong gitawag nga ISO. Okay? ISO. So exist siya diri sa atong eskwelahan. Okay. So that's it for week number 4 sa atong topics na social responsibility, corporate social responsibility, and then scientists and engineers sa ilang responsibility sa pagbuhat sa mga technologies or pag-innovate sa mga ilang mga gipang-invent. Okay? So that's it. So let's go to the next part of the online class. So I'll ask a question and then you answer by commenting in our live chat. Okay, as mentioned ganina, katong gihatag na kong example, katong kutsilyo or blade, na ang intention sa inventor is for good use. Pero gigamit siya also sa mga daotan nga buluhaton. So sa atong example, ang akong pangayoon sa inyo as part of your participation sa aning online class is maghatag pud mo sa mga inventions sa mga inventors or scientists na good intentions ang ilang pagbuhat sa ato nga kuan technology pero gibuhat sa bang tao para sa daotan nga kalihukan. Okay? So give examples at least one sa mga 18 ka buok nga nakalagin. Please comment your answers. An invention that is uh, invented for good pero gibuhat sa ubang tao as bad nga buluhaton gibuhat nila para makabuhat sila og daotan pang take advantage. Okay, so for example kanang kuan sa ba na pusil, so may good and bad if naa kay pusil. So inga na. Okay, we have answer from Miss Alim. Very good. Computer, sir. Okay, computer. Gi-invent siya para matabangan ang tao. Okay, mostly first katong pagka-invent niya is to compute. Okay, pero karon ang computer is more than computing. Daghan na siya mabuhat. Like inganhi karon naka-online class ta. Then we have Raganas, Mercedes. As for now, sir, if you enter the store, you stay outside first because you have to write your name, temperature, address, mobile phone, okay? So part na siya sa atong first na question. Ang karon na question is katong maghatag og example sa usa ka invention nga purposely good ang iyang intention sa pagbuhat sa inventor pero gigamit siya sa daotan nga pamaagi, daotan nga buluhaton sa mga katong mga daotan ng mga tao. For example, katong mga terrorist using technology for their advantage. Okay, yan na. Okay, cellphone, sir. So, unsa may nasa cellphone? Okay, good intentions siya, pero saman, labi na ka ng picture-picture, video-video. Unsa may nasa cellphone, Miss Magadan, be? I-mention please kung unsa ayang good, unsa po katong bad. Gabuhaton sa mga tao sa cellphone. Others, unsa yung answer? Okay, gadgets, sir. According to Miss Peñalosa, we have Miss Nerio drugs, sir, in a way that gi-invent siya for medical use. Very good. Pero giabusahan siya karon. Okay, very good. Miss Ahan, computer, sir. Okay, naansira na ni Miss Alem ganina. Miss Ahan, computer ang iyang gi-example. Then we have Miss Magadan, katong cellphone, iyang answer. Peñalosa, gadgets, so not in particular, pero as long as gadgets siya. Okay? So, ang uban, saman, i-mention palihog ang invention and then ang good o bad na pwede nimo mauna-hunaan na gamit. Gamit para sa good, gamit para sa bad sa usa ka invention. naman ang uban, nangawala naman. Comment, yes, I am still here. If napa ba mo, basing nangawala na. Igora gi-on ang kuan, YouTube. Pero nagdula na dayag Mobile Legends. Or nag-snacks. Okay, Baldo, yes, I'm still here, sir. Very good. Okay, naghatag si Miss Peñalosa sa iyang explanation. Oy, nawala man, gi-retract man ni Miss Peñalosa. Miss basahon na ta nako. Then we have Miss Kainglit. Electricity, sir. Okay, palihog po ko explain unsa ang good na side niya sa electricity and then unsa pud ang bad na side niya sa electricity nga pangbuhaton sa mga tao. Okay, Miss Kisagan, Facebook, sir, gi-invent siya for communication purposes pero gigamit sa uban for negative doings. Okay? Ras anang kuan. Fake news gamit ang Facebook. Okay? Very good. Nerio, yes, I'm still here. Ang palayo, yes, I'm still here. Very good. You are still there and I am still here. Miss Kisagan, I'm still here. I am also still here. Okay, kato na example. Palay ko comment. At least one matag-usa sa inyo for your participation. Okay, water, sir. Yes. Please mention ang katong good side sa water o bad side sa water nga pwede gamiton sa usa ka tawo. Okay, Montoya, I'm still here. Very good. Please answer the question. Give one example. Sa usa ka invention na pwede siya magamit for the good and pwede siya magamit for bad things. Okay? TNT, sir. Sa TNT, talk and text or katong TNT nga mubuto? Miss Montoya, kato sir ni mubuto. Okay, kung TNT kuan, kato na siya magpa-clear sa mga kuan sana bukid kay buhatan nila og mga karsada. Okay, pero gamitan pud uban ang TNT para kuan. Kapatayag tao, mamumba, yan ha. Panglabay dito sa naidaghan kita, oh. Bad na siya, bad. Okay, how about the others? Wala pa naka-appeal sa atong question and answer portion. We still have about 19 minutes. And then, our class, katong isa ka subject, leadership, sa Friday na to siya. Okay? Magpahibalo lang ko sa inyo kung naay changes sa atong scheduling kay di man ito makakuan diri nga natay lain scheduling press karon gikan mi nag-meeting gani kay sayo na human nakaklase pa ta ani. Okay, so we have answers from Baldo. Probably a answer gigamit siya for protection to serve our nation but others use it for killing local citizen. Okay, very good. O, gi-erase man ni Montoya ang TNT. Okay na to siya. And then we have Miss Ahan, automobiles here. Di na ko ka-pronounce. Automobile, sir. Dadang car, sir. Gi-invent siya for good purpose pero gina-abuse sa uban to deliver drugs or illegal. Okay? Illegal products. Very good. Magadan, it can be used for communication, sir, but sometimes people use it in a negative way like installing apps nga maka-addict sa usa ka tao like games, aguy, Mobile Legends. Igo, igo. Pasensya, maigo. Okay, gunpowder, sir. Okay. Ang sulod sa TNT is gunpowder. Okay, very good, Miss Montoya. We have answer from Miss Kainglit. Katong iyang explanation about electricity. Electricity, iyang good kay makatabang siya sa tanan nga pumaagi. Then, iyang bad kay makapatay siya if masubraan na sa paggamit. Okay, very good. Very good, Miss Kainglit. Then we have Miss the Chile. Rope, sir, ginagamit siya paghikot sa animals pero ginagamit sa uban para ilang way sa paghikog. Okay? That is also true. Okay, Miss Montoya, yes, I'm still here. Then we have Sino. Camera. Okay, explain Miss Sino nganong ang camera pwede siya magamit for good, pwede po siya magamit for bad. Okay, Miss Sino, please explain para sa kanang explanation sa uban ni mga classmates. Na sila explanations. Ano magamit siya for good purposes, ano magamit po siya for bad purposes. Kainglit, Danalin, TikTok iyang good kay makalingaw. Agoy, gi-retract. Daghan maigo atos TikTok, Miss Kainglit. We have answer from Miss Raganas. Gun, sir, for protection or shield for yourself, but other people use for killing another person. Okay, very good. I think parehas mo sa answer ni Miss Magadan. Gun po diya. Dili dahil. Kisa ka nag-answer sa gun ganina. Miss Baldo. Parehas mo answer ni Miss Baldo. O Miss Raganas. Okay, thank you for participating. Kinsa pa uban wala naka-answer. Okay, para sa katong dili maka-comment sa atong live chat sa YouTube, akong i-post dito sa atong group chat sa Facebook para maka-appeal po mo. I-private message lang ang inyong answer. Okay, so muna siya ang question number 2 para maka-participate ang katong dili maka-live comment sa atong YouTube. Okay, give an example of an invention that was intended for good purposes but were used also for bad things. Okay. So katong dili maka YouTube live comment na diha sa ang question sa atong Facebook Messenger and then private message your answers for your participation. Okay, we have answers here from Baldo. Ako na lang explain. Sino sir, camera to picture as memories pero uban kay gigamit pag take og video like sexual videos or images. Okay, very good. Na siya katong mga scandal. Then we have Miss Kainglit earphone. Good niya kay dili ta makadisturbo sa uban but the bad is makadaot jud sa eardrum, sir. Okay, na siya bad consequence kung pasubraan nimong gamit sa earphones. We have here Miss Sino kay ang uban ilaha gamiton para pakaulawan ang uban tao sa public and good sir kay makakip kag memories. Okay, very good. Miss Ahan, ball pen sir, gina-use siya for writing important or used for important purposes but the bad intentions is gi-use sa ubang tao like pwede siya pangdunggab or killing people or kanang maka pasakit sa isa ka tao. Maka-inject siya og sige, tawag na. Ilimot ko sa term. injuries. Naka siya og injuries sa usa ka tawo. Then, okay, gibalik na ni Miss kay Englit, TikTok. The good siya kay kung good vibes katupan kay ag hubo-hubo. Okay, kung gabuhaton na siya, please report sa TikTok for unwanted videos. We have Abakahin, very good. Nag-answer si Abakahin. Good afternoon, sir. Cellphone, sir. Ang good niya is makatabang siya to contact emergency matter and bad is na ubang na mga mag-abusar sa paggamit like gamiton while nag-charge which is dili siya maayo. Okay? Napoy uban manggod bag-o karon nga kuan sa cellphone, pwede na siya magamit kato lang katong naang technology, katong dili mag-overcharge. Okay? Nasa mga computer chip. Di pare sa una nga bawal. Bawal dapat kay so siya usahay mo burot ang battery. Yeah. Ato bang battery karon sa mga bago nga smartphones kay dili na siya matangtang og dali. Yadto pa nimo service centers para malisdan ang battery kay nagburot siya. Okay? Delikado ra ba ang battery nga nagburot na kay naay dakong chance nga magbuto. So, kung paano ninyo yung phone, ang battery sa yung phone nga magburot, palis din na siya dito kay para dili mo ma-injured. Okay? Talara, chainsaw sir, good side, makatabang para mapadali ang process sa pagputol sa kahoy. Ang bad side kay ginagamit sa uban para sa illegal logging. Okay, very good Mr. Talara. Basta hapon apil ako sir, manas. Hulat lang. Uy, di makahulat si Mr. Talara Shout out Mr. Talara, humana ba sa Okay, also from Miss Magadan, Google sir, makakolect gather kag data or any information, but sometimes ginaabuso sa uban kay gasalig na lang. Okay, that is also true. Swerte na gani inyong generation karon kay naamoy Google. Ang amo sa una wala. Adto gid mi sa library para mag-research kung unsa ang ginahatag nga assignment sa among mga professors and instructors. Karon pwede na Google, online na, sa dali na kaayo. Ang problema na lang ninyo is ang inyong load o ang inyong gadget. And then ang inyong signal. Okay, very good answers. Okay, Miss Ampalayo. Glass, sir. Pwede siya magamit sa balay, pang bintana, o uban pa for the bed. Pwede siya gamiton pang dunggab. Okay, labi na katong mga broken glasses na talinis. Then, dali ra siya samad. Okay, Miss Ampalayo, very good. Gamay na lang, kinsa pa tong wala pa. There are 18 who are logged in. Wala na yung mag-answer line? Again, sa katong wala pa naka-answer, while waiting sa ilang answer, announcement para sa atong Friday nga klase. Deadline sa katong activity number 3 will be on Friday before sa atong class time which is 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So before 4, dapat nakapas na mo atong inyong week number 3 nga activity. Okay, so we have here answer again from Miss Kisagan. Microscope gi-invent sir para makaproduce og medicine for specific illness batang uban gigamit para makahimo og sakit. Okay? Microscope na siya ang usa ka invention na para makita nimo ang mga kanang mga viruses or bacteria nga dili makita diretso sa atong mata. So kinahanglan ta adto nga gadget, microscopes. Okay? Kinsa pa diha uban wala. Hapit na atong time. We only have like 7 minutes before ta mag-end sa atong klase. Miss Susie, camera sir, mag-capture sa good moments to keep. But ang bad side kay kanang gamiton siya like hidden camera, kanang for stalking. Okay, very good. So tulo na mo nag-answer sa camera. Very good answers. Ang katong answer sa previous is gamito nila for katong scandal. And then we have Miss Englet, sir, last na ni, stove. Very useful all the time, pangluto. The bad thing lang kay is if mapasagdan, makakos og sunog. Okay, labi na katong dili ma-off ang ilang gasol or shilane. Yan na. So make sure na mabantayan ninyo ang inyong mga ipangluto kay bising matakabalo. Ang kana nagprito, nag-awas-awas na ang oil, makakos na siya sunog. Kay init na kayong oil, magsilaab na siya. Okay? Kana kung mga dili ma-off ang ilang gasol ug shilane. Masapit na siya. So make sure na mahuman mo luto, wala nakahungaw ang inyong connection sa tangke. Make sure nga naka-close siya. Okay? Kinsa pa uban ang wala? I am still waiting for your answers. We have here Miss Raganas. Thank you. Pedestrian lane, sir, diha gyud dapat mag-agi ang tao para dili maligsan but other person is not cooperating. That's why na ay maligsan gyud sila. Okay, so usa pa na kanang pedestrian lane. Dili na siya pwede maparkingan sa sakyanan bisan katunga or one-fourth sa pedestrian lane kay that is intended for people who are crossing the street na uban nga mag-park diha. Kung dili full nga lane ilang maparkingan, one-fourth or one-half. So, against na siya sa atong traffic laws. Okay, pwede na sila matikitan. Then we have Babia. Dynamite, sir. Gi-invent siya for terrorist but gigamit siya sa local citizens for Agoy, Babia, nagbinali ka ha. First is, ang intended ana is katong dimension ako ganina. Dynamite. Mga siya katong, pwede ko siya matawag ng TNT. Mga ginagamit sa una for construction para dali ra makuha ng mga bukid, mabungkag. Which is also bad kay makuha ng atong environment. Pero sa ila sa una is for progress. Pero again, kung mention ganina, progress and then katong say cost niya sa atong environment. Okay? So, na purpose. What? Okay, thank you for participating, Mr. Babia. And then we have Baldo. Yes, knife. Manawang gihatag ng example ganina. Knife, sir. You can use it to cut foods but it can harm you. If you don't use it carefully, pwede ka masamad, pwede sad gamiton to kill. Yes. Muna siya akong example ka ganina. Ang knife. And we have Susie cellphone. Gamiton siya for communication pero sa mga terrorist, ginagamit nila for bombing. Yes, gihimo nila as trigger. Mag-toplok lang sila sa ito, number. Then, pag ring ato sa isa ka phone na naibomba, buto na din siya. Okay, so that is also dangerous and bad. Bad use of technology because causes injuries or death to our fellow human persons. Okay? So, that's it for our week number 4. If wala na may questions, wala na may clarifications, pwede na ta mag-log out. And then we have here also from Susie, marijuana sir, ang good side niya is for medicine jud, pero ginaabusahan sa uban. Okay, matong gingon nga moderate lang. Okay, kung masubraan pug kaayo na nakadaot na siya kung sobra ra kaayo. Okay, for medicinal use, it's okay ang paggamit sa marijuana. Okay, so any clarifications, questions regarding our topic, please comment your inquiries. If wala na, please comment, sir, log out na ko para atong makita kung kinsa pa tong naka-login. Okay? Kung kinsa tong gusto na mag-log out, please comment, sir, log out na ko. Sir, I'm logging out para makabalo ko. Okay? So, wala tayo assignment karon. Kay medyo taas-taas mo to inyong Friday nga assignment. So, dili sa nata maghatag as assignment. Kay, para dili kay mo ma-stress. Balitaan na ba na ko uban kay stress na kaayo. Okay. Di ta magpa-stress kaayo. Okay, Miss Dadang, log out na. Thank you for logging in and joining our online class. God bless and keep safe. Miss Nerio, yes, thank you. Miss Magadan, thank you for logging in and joining our class. God bless and keep safe. Also to Miss The Chile and yes, you're welcome, Miss Dadang. Thank you, Miss The Chile, for logging in and joining our class. We have also Miss Marbel Gadot. Log out na ko, sir, kay magtiwas pa po answer. Salamat. Yes, please, wala pa ka naka-answer sa akong question number 1 o number 2. I-private message na lang imong answer sa akong gipang question para na ay participation grade. Okay, Miss Gadot. And then we have Mr. Talara and Miss Peñalosa. Thank you for logging in. Also to thank you for logging in and joining our class. And we have here from Montoya, Styrofoam. Yes, my bad and good side sa Styrofoam. Miss Kisagan, thank you. Miss Ampalayo, thank you. Miss Allen, thank you for logging in. Okay, Kisagan, Ampalayo, and Allen, thank you for logging in and joining our class. Keep safe and God bless. Keep safe sa virus kay daghan na ra ba reports diri sa isla na ay virus. Then Nerio, thank you, sir. God bless. You're welcome. Miss Abakahin, thank you for logging in and joining our class. God bless and keep safe. Again, we have no assignments for week number 4. Para sa aning nga subject. Then I will see you all sa Friday para sa atong isa ka subject, katong leadership and decision making. Okay, that is from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So 1 hour gihapon atong Friday class. Okay, I will be ending the stream in a few moments. If na pa mo inquiries, you can still comment and I will answer them to the best that I can. Okay, Ms. Raganas, thank you for logging in and joining our class. Stay safe and God bless. Okay, we have answer from Maribel Gadot. Plastic cellophane sir, very useful kayo siya, pero kay ilabay-labay raman bisan asa nahimo na naman siya og problema kay makabaraman sa mga invernal or sa atong mga kanal. Okay, very good, Miss Maribel. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.